Hey YouTube, it's Saurav Vijayatha again. Welcome to another tutorial of Blender. In this video, I will be showing you all about bevels. So, what is a bevel? A bevel cuts a sharp edge into multiple faces to make a smoother transition. So from the two cubes on my screen, cube A and cube B, who do you think is beveled? If you said cube B, you're wrong. It's cube A. I'm just joking. You're right. So you clearly see the difference, right? This is a cube with a sharp edge, and this is how a bevel looks on a cube. It's so much smoother and it looks really pleasing to the eye. Oh, and stick around till the end because I'm going to give you a pro tip. Now, how do you actually bevel in Blender? First, you go to Edit View, press 2 to switch to Edge View, select the edge you want to bevel, Control B is your shortcut. When you hit Control B, you see your cursor change. Now just move your mouse. That's it. That is a bevel. If you want to confirm this, it's left click, and if you want to cancel it, it's right click, just like Blender Basics. That's a cancel, Control B, bevel, and left click. That's a confirmation. This is a 2-edge bevel. This is how it looks. And this is a 3-edge bevel. This is how it looks. Now, let's talk about smoothing a bevel. When you hit Control B and you drag your mouse to make the bevel, scroll wheel is your next key, right? So you just scroll wheel up and it adds segment. So if you just keep scrolling, it's going to add more segments, more smoother. The shorter the distance, it requires less segments. The bigger the distance, the bigger the bevel, you will need a lot more loops to make it smoother. Now, for example, this looks smooth, but if I make this all the way big, you can see that it's not that smooth enough. So you will have to add more loops to actually make it look smooth. Now, I'm going to show you how you can clamp your bevel so that it does not break your geo. In Blender, usually, for example, this is how my geo looks now. This is the edge I've selected. If I hit Control B, I can bevel it, right? You see how the outer bevel, how the outer edges are closing into the bevel? Check this out. If I keep dragging my mouse, you see what's happening? It breaks past that edge loop and it keeps going. This is how Blender does it. If you do not want this and you want it to clamp and understand, you can press the shortcut C. When you hit C, now Blender understands that, okay, you don't want to keep going unlimited, but you want to keep it limited, right? And what decides the limit? It's the next neighboring edge. So remember that. And now because our edge is right there, so if you see, I just go close to that outer edge and now it just clamps. Look at that. So it forces you to have a perfect bevel, and then now you can add loops. Now let's talk about profile bevel. Did you know that bevels are not only outward but can go inwards as well? So when you select your edge, press Ctrl B, you have a bevel, add in loops, as many loops as you want, right? Now you notice how our bevel is always outward, guys? The shortcut key for profile bevel is P, right? So, but you need to have a bevel already done and do not confirm it yet, right? So while you still have your bevel, press the shortcut P and now move your mouse. It fixes the limits of the bevel and changes the curve now. So if I move my mouse, check this out. So it's not only outer, but you can actually move it inwards as well, going all the way to 90 degrees, right? Oh, and if you want smoother transition, hold down Shift while you move your mouse. And there you go. Look at that. Smooth. All right. You guys ready to have some fun with beveling? We'll talk about custom profiles now. This one, guys, will help you a lot when you're trying to make a trim. And you guys will understand what I'm talking about. The ceiling trims and the decorations, those trims have, you can make those and a lot more depending upon your model. So let's see that. So first, Control B, and then let's do a bevel, right? You can add how many ever loops you want and however big you want it. Once your bevel is done, confirm it. Once you confirm it, you will have this pop-up menu at the bottom, right? Open it. So you have a bevel pop-up menu, and you can actually adjust your segments, your width, and profile shape right here. Okay, but if you go all the way to the bottom, you will see a tab called Custom. Click on that, and look at that. This is the Custom tab. Here you can come and literally check this out, guys. I'm gonna make the best shape in the world. What the heck am I doing? Well, you guys see it, right? And look at that. Literally the way you draw it, the bevel follows that. That is pretty cool, right? And you can use this now to make trims and the sideline and all those kind of stuff, right? Go crazy. Okay guys, now I'm just going to show you some common problems beginners will face. When you have your default cube, let's say if you go into tab, select the edges, right? Let's select just these two. Control B this. Oh, that's too much. Okay, and just remove all of this, right? And you can see that I have a bevel. This bevels perfectly. This is because the cube's transformation is clean, 1, 1, 1. That's the scale I'm talking about. If I click on the cube and go into its properties, you can see how its scale is 1, 1, 1. Check this out now. If I say I want to scale this on the z-axis and I move it like that, see how this value changed, right? So that's done. And then let's scale this on the x, something like that, right? When you have a modified cube which still has different scale values set into it, your bevel will follow that scale value. I hope you guys understood that, right? So if you have any object which has different scale values, it'll affect your bevel as well. So what do you mean by that? Here, if I select these two now and bevel this, that's pissing off, dude. You see how the bevel acts? It just does not act properly, right? And you're like, whoa, that's weird. Okay, let me select this, bevel this. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, that's bad. You can see how the vertical bevel is really thin and the top two are not. It is not symmetrical. How do you fix this? Well, good question. Really good question. Okay, so first what we need to do is fix the scale. How do you do that? Select your object, go to Object, Apply, and then All Transformations. Click on that. When you do that, check out your scale. It all goes back to 1. So what Blender does is, okay, so these are all the changes you did to this cube. I am just going to fix this as the default value, right? So now that this is default, press Tab again. You guys ready for the bevel? Oh, and here I have an example. I just modeled some weird object, but you can see how with very just, few edges and really quick geo and nice bevels, you can actually just start making hard surface models already, and it looks really good, right? And it looks clean. Finally, before this video ends, I've been working in the gaming industry for almost 4 years, and let me tell you one thing. As 3D artists, no object has sharp edges. It's always beveled, right? In real life as well, there is nothing like sharp edge, right? If you zoom in enough, it's always going to have a slight bevel. And in gaming, when you make objects and you make game assets, right? When you have objects which are beveled really well, they render beautifully in game, right? So that's another pro tip. You guys need to learn how to bevel and how to do it right so that your topology looks beautiful, your model looks beautiful at the end. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, you guys ready for the pro tip? Not many Blender users know this, but it's not only edges. You can bevel, switch to vertex mode, select your vertex, Control Shift B. Not Control B, Control Shift and B. Look at your mouse pointer and now move it. You have now beveled a vertex. You can use this technique however you like. Alright guys, with that, this video comes to an end. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Saru Vijeta signing off. Bye-bye.